here to encourage, empower, and enlighten women. I am your host, Alyssa Khadija, and this is the Girl I Got You podcast. Hello, besties. Welcome back to another episode of the Girl I Got You podcast. Of course, if you don't know, you now know. I am your exuberant and exciting host, Alyssa Khadija. And today I have a very informative and much needed episode for you all. But before we get into that today, I just want to say you are killing it. Whatever it is that you're doing, you are killing it. You're crushing it. You're doing what you need to do. And if nobody else has told you, I am so proud of you. And not only do I say that to you, but I say that to myself. I had an experience recently which really showed me just how much growth and healing that I've actually been able to do. And I'm so proud of myself because if I was in another space or different place in my life, I probably would not have been able to manage or handle it the way that I am now. And of course, because I love to spill the tea, I'll gladly tell you. So if you haven't already, please check out the episode from a couple of weeks ago. I believe it's titled Heartbreak, Treachery, and the Pimp That I Fell in Love With. Now, that episode lays like the groundwork of the story I'm about to tell. So recently, even though me and him had our issues, we became cordial and cool again. Now, he got into an argument with one of my friends that I was not present for. And after that argument, he decided to quote unquote block me because of their argument. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I know I didn't do anything. I wasn't even there for that argument. But how stupid do you have to be to block someone and cut them off because you got into an argument with someone that they know? That would be like me getting into an argument with my sister and then saying, you know what, I'm gonna block my best friend. It's just like, what's the purpose? And usually when that happens, it is a narcissistic discard to make you feel valueless, unwanted, unloved, and essentially to discard you like a piece of trash. And I was taking a shower this morning. Mind you, this happened on Friday. And I wasn't hurt about it. I was more so offended because who the fuck do you think you are? But okay, we're just gonna keep going, right? I was in the shower this morning and I started to roll back the tape of my life up until this point. All of the abuse and heartbreak and abandonment and turmoil and pain and disrespect and just everything that I've experienced up until this point. And him blocking me, which really is just blocking himself out of my life. I like to think of it as the trash took itself out. Up until this point, I have genuinely and truly dealt with monsters. Monsters. I mean, I was literally at one point left for dead. And I'd like to think of this as, and this is one of my favorite quotes from Marvel. It's in the movie Thor Ragnarok. Nope, I'm lying. It's in the movie Avengers Infinity War when Thor is talking to the rabbit. I forget his name. It's like that little raccoon thing, and he's like in the Guardians of Galaxies. I forget his name. It's so crazy, but it's one of those names, like Roger or something. But Thor is talking about Thanos, and Thor says he is just the newest in a long line of bastards that would rather see me dead. And that quote resonates so much with this experience. This guy that I had given, I'm not going to say my all to, but I had given him something. He is just the newest in a very, very, very long line of people who would rather see me dead, who want to see me destroyed and dismayed and dysregulated and discombobulated. I mean, it's just like, you're not special. He's not special. I am used to people, especially the males that I entertain in a romantic sense, up until this point in my life, people I've dated, talked to, whatever have you, friends, even family. He is not special for the simple fact that being who I am used to people trying to play with me. I am used to people trying to treat me like I'm worthless. And over the culmination of all of the episodes that I've done so far since I've started this podcast, you'll actually be able to run it back and listen to some of those different stories. This isn't the first time someone has tried to ghost me. This isn't the first time someone has tried to abandon me, quote unquote. This isn't the first time someone has disrespected me. The first time, because what it really is and truly is, when you have a light that shines out of you, there are people that are filled with darkness that will be attracted to that. And because they comprehend not the light that they're seeing, they will do anything, say anything to try to dim, or dare I say, destroy that light. But this is one thing about me, and I wrote it in my vow to myself. Shout out to my friend Coco. She put me on. She has her daily vows that she says to herself, or her promise that she says to herself every day. And that inspired me to write my own. And one thing that I've always said to myself, especially in recent years, is that a moth does not take to or add to the flame. The flame simply exists. And I think of myself as that way. See, a lot of men will think that they can come into your life and gain access to you and let your guard go down and make you trust them, all while in the back of their mind, their intention is, once she lets her guard down, I am going to destroy her. Once she lets her guard down, I am going to drop the other shoe. But this is one thing about me, baby. You'll never know how many walls I have up. Hello? You'll never know how many walls I have up. And like Lotto said in her song, he think he got one up on me. I turned this shit like 3-0. You can't get one up on me, baby. You can't. You can't. So I say all that to say, I'm going to take accountability for even giving that person access to me in the first place. Because access to me, access to you, is genuinely a privilege. It is not a right. See, in our childhoods, we learned, for the most part, generally speaking, that everybody has access to us. Everybody has the right to us. Why? Because as a child, you're not necessarily in control of much. You're not in control of your environment. You're not in control of who gets to come over to your house. You're not in control of whose house you are going to. You're not in control of much. And so we learn subconsciously that everyone is allowed access to us. But that's such an unhealthy and dangerous belief to have, because think of yourself as a fortress. The Bible says, guard your heart, because from it flows the issues of life. Guard your heart. We guard the things that we care for. You don't just go around telling people the password to your phone. You don't just go around making copies of your house keys or your car keys and giving it to people. You don't just hand out your social security or the PIN number and password to your bank account. We guard the things that we care about. So why don't we care about our heart, where every issue flows from? You see how that works? Guard your heart, because from it flows all the issues of life. Your financial issues, your romantic issues, your spiritual issues, your social, whatever, your heart. Yet that's one of the things that we guard the least. Yet all of these other issues come from there. So going into the episode, everything is so timely. Everything is so timely. Today, I want to discuss how we can guard our heart as women. And in doing that, we must vet men. Now, vetting men, it's something that I've heard about a lot, but it's not something that I've ever really understood how to do or put into practice. Now, where I'm at in life, I am slowly but surely learning how to separate myself from others and others from myself. Boundaries separate territories, right? Boundaries are where I begin and you stop, and where you begin and I stop, right? I'm still learning self-identification. I'm learning self-sufficiency. I'm learning independence. Like in narcissism and dysfunction, there's a term called pseudo-mutuality, where everyone is the same. Everyone does, thinks, acts, looks the same. But in my healing journey, I am learning and reprogramming my mind for individualism. I don't have to be whoever else, and they don't have to be me. So it's something that I'm still working on and I'm still learning, and that's fine. But in terms of learning how to vet men, I think one of the issues that we have as women is our filter is off. And based off of experiences, our childhoods, our programming in our minds, trauma, whatever have you, our filter and our radar is off. We believe that because we are so used to pain and we're used to having people in our lives that hurt us and disrespect us and devalue us, that when we get to adulthood or we get to a particular place in life, that's normal. That's comfortable because this is all that I know. But this is the one and only life you're going to get. No, I don't believe in reincarnation. You get one life, you get one shot. And I'm learning and teaching, and we're all learning and teaching together. We must be cognizant of who we allow and do not allow into our lives as women, as people in general, especially when it's a man. Because guess what? Yes, we should be able to separate the wheat from the chaff, no matter who it is. Friends, family, partners, social groups, networking, the job, whatever. But the difference with a romantic partner is that this person gains access to your body. This person gets access to your daily life. This person has the most access to you. They have the most access in the fortress. And when we don't vet that man or that partner, when we don't ask the questions, when we don't look at them objectively and not just have on rose-colored glasses, they can be anybody. And that's why sometimes when they do the things that they do or act the way that they act, it feels so personal and it feels so hurtful, because I trusted you. I gave you access to the camp. I gave you access to the fortress, and I allowed an enemy to come in and wreak havoc on what I was supposed to guard, which is my heart. And we've all been there. I am 26, and it took me up until this point, literally up until this point, to get the concept. Guard your heart. Like, vet these men before you allow them into your life. What we tend to do, and I'm so guilty of this, we see them, we like them, the conversation is good, they make us laugh, they make us feel good, whatever, and we say, all right, you get access. That's it. The standard for which we give people access to us is in hell. And I'm not just talking about you, I'm talking about myself. This is accountability here. The bar is in hell. In my book, He Loves Me Not, Lessons in Love for Girls and Women. And I will put the link for that down in the description of this episode. Please buy the book, read it. It is an ebook, so you don't have to have a whole bunch of books and things stacked up in the corner. You can read it at your own pace. It is a very interesting and informative book about how us as women can begin to love ourselves and redeem ourselves, if you would, especially after narcissistic abuse. But in one of the chapters, I forget which one, easy come, easy go. Amen. I wrote, high earning jobs with government clearances. People don't just get those jobs easily. People don't just, I'm just gonna barely apply and expect to get clearance and access and 6 or 7 figures. No, you have to go through background checks, multiple interviews, polygraphs. They'll even go as far as to go to the country where you came from or the state or town and question the people in your town about who you are. Don't ask me how I know this. And after all of that, you still might not get the job. I want to point that out. You might not even get the job after all of that. But for you to get, keyword here, access, the clearance itself is the vetting. Girl, I'm about to preach. The clearance itself that you get is the vetting of who you are. You get the clearance. Okay, this person is cleared. They can be trusted. This person is cleared. They have good character. What does your clearance get you? Access. Girl, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Your clearance gets you access. We're giving access to men who have no clearance. And then we wonder why there's treachery. We wonder why there's deceit. We wonder why there's a coup d'etat. We wonder why there is an overthrowing of your heart and your life and your emotions because you let that motherfucker in. I did it. You did it. We all did it. Everybody did it. But nonetheless, and I'm so thankful, like, girl, when I tell you I'm on this journey myself, and I always tell you guys that healing really is not linear. I look at healing like climbing a mountain, right? It's fulfilling, it's invigorating, it is hard, but it's something that it's worth doing. It's one of the best things you could do for yourself. Now you're climbing up the mountain and you get to one plateau and you're like, yay, I got to the top. Woo, it feels good up here. You're looking out. You can see whatever you can see. The air is fresh. You're like, yeah, I can get used to this. But then you start to get comfortable there. You start to get bored there. And then you look up and you realize, oh shit, there's like 15 other plateaus just for me to actually get to the peak. Babe, we're going to the peak. We will not rest on our laurels and we will not rest on the plateau, whatever you call it. So that's why I wanted to record this episode. And oddly enough, I've had these details printed out since Wednesday, April 2nd. See, what I'm starting to do is digitize everything. So I'll like print things out, type things down in the computer. I love Google Docs, boots down. Like that's just my place to go. Of course, the notes in my phone are just filled to the brim. I love writing things down. I love doing it by hand as well, because from where I'm sitting, I'm going to tell you, and I'm just going to count it out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 notebooks that I'm currently looking at. And this is just what I can see. And I promise you, in every single notebook, my handwriting is in there. I literally, if I don't write, I feel off. Like, I feel genuinely thrown off if I don't write. So I just have so much in me, and I like to put it out there. And I think that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast as well. I have so much on my mind. And I just have to share it, because why the fuck not? But okay. In terms of vetting men, and shout out to Chat GPT. Literally, I'm in Chat GPT every day. I don't want to give over all of my creative juice to Chat GPT. I'm not saying that. But it just does a good job at platforming and formulating and formatting and all kinds of good stuff. I mean, it's just a great resource. But okay. Getting to know a man before becoming emotionally attached. It is all about intentionality. You must believe in yourself. And I'm speaking to myself here. We must believe in ourselves that we are worthy of being safe. We must feel in ourselves that we are worthy of love, respect, dignity, honor. We must first, before anything else, because if we don't believe that and live in that truth, then there's no point. Because, okay, we'll vet them only to let them slip through the cracks because we don't even believe that we're worthy of what we're asking for. We're so worthy of what we're asking for. And it is one of my life missions in terms of myself is to continually dig into my foundation and uproot whatever it is that's there that causes me anything less than a favorable outcome in my present. I'm not going for it. But nonetheless, we must really and truly believe what we deserve, what we're asking for. Observing his actions, asking the right questions, and taking your time to see if he aligns with your values and your goals. This is how you vet them. In order to vet a man, you got to know yourself first. And not just know yourself, but to stand firm in who you are. To not be ashamed of who you are, and to love who you are and embrace yourself. Embrace the things that make you you. This is where you start and you stop. And then, okay, who is he? What is he about? What does he want? You know what I'm saying? And you vet. But okay. So number 1, we must observe his actions over time. Observe his actions over time. And I would suggest grab a notebook or grab your device, get your notes out, and follow along with me here. So number 1 step to vetting a man is observing his actions over time. Number 1, consistency. Does he do what he says he will? Consistency. Does he call you when he says he's going to call you? Does he fulfill his promises when he makes them, especially when you didn't even ask him to do it? Does he show up for you like he says he will? Is he consistent? A lot of us grew up with inconsistency in our life. We were given promises and received nothing in return. We were given, oh, I'm going to be there. I'm going to come. I'll show up to this. And nobody showed up. We learned that that was normal. But that is not consistency. That's inconsistency. And in order to vet a man really and truly and see his actions over time, we must see if he is consistent. Number 2, communication. Does he make an effort to reach out and engage in meaningful conversations? And I would just add on to that. How do you walk away feeling after your conversations? Does his conversations put you down? Do you find yourself mid-conversation feeling like you have to pry it out of him? In the conversations or in your communication, do you feel unworthy or less than or belittled or talked down to. If that's the case, show him the door. Matter of fact, he was never in the door to begin with, because vetting is before you allow them access to you. And this is the key thing. Before you allow access, you must vet. Therefore, once they do have access, you don't have to worry about whether or not you got to beg him to be consistent or beg him to show up or beg him to respect you, because he was already thoroughly vetted at the door. Before we get emotionally girl, hold on. Give me a second. I need a moment because I'm about to really lay down a load on y'all. Girl, listen. What a lot of us tend to do is we start vetting after we've become emotionally attached. We start asking the hard questions in ourselves after the fact of becoming emotionally attached. And this is why it is so hard sometimes for us to actually know our worth and walk the fuck away, because we are emotionally attached. We did not vet this man at the door. We let him into the house only to find out that he was a robber or murderer. And now we want to plead for our lives and make small talk. Please don't kill me. No. Bitch, vet him at the door. I'm speaking to myself here. And I don't mean to call you a bitch, but you vet that nigga at the door. Whoever he is, it doesn't matter what color you are, you vet that motherfucker at the door. Matter of fact, before he even walks through the gate, you know how in those like country western movies, there'll be someone who rolls up to the ranch like on the horse, and then the rancher is like on the porch with a rifle. Please go check out the show The Rifleman. I think it's from like the 40s. It's like a black and white kind of filming. The Rifleman. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it when I say it. They roll up on the horse and the rancher's sitting on their porch with the rifle, like, hold it right there. That's far enough. State your business. State your business or you will be shot. I don't mean no harm. I'm just coming here to tell you. What news? You tell me from outside the gate. You don't even need to come into the gate, let alone on the porch, let alone in the damn house. State your business at the gate. This is how we need to guard our hearts, like a rancher with a rifle. Stop them at the gate. State your business. Who are you? Why are you here? What do you want? What do you need? Who else knows about you? I need to do some interviewing and asking about you before I get emotionally attached. See, what I should have did with that guy, that guy, the one that I was talking about in the beginning of the episode, I should have asked around about him. I should have asked him some questions in terms of his business with me. I should have observed objectively rather than accepted him subjectively. State your business. Number 3, emotional maturity. How does he handle disagreements, stress, or setbacks? Again, it's that emotional connection that we have that stops us from even asking these questions in the first place. Give yourself the time to actually observe this guy, objectively speaking, with no feelings involved. And this, I think, is why people say dating is about collecting data. It's not about loving and kissing and cuddling and shucking and jiving, whatever it is, collecting information objectively. This guy got in an argument with a mutual friend of mine, and his way of handling it, his level of emotional, quote unquote, maturity, which is just immaturity, to be honest. He decided to make me the scapegoat and make me his emotional punching bag and hold me responsible and accountable and punish me, at least he thought he did, punish me for an argument that he chose to engage in with somebody else. Mind you, my name was not really brought up in that argument and I was not there. So that just lets me know that he's a fucking child and he has no emotional maturity. He's a child. I can't be responsible for pacifying and coddling and regulating your emotions. I can't be held responsible for somebody else's sins. I ain't Jesus. Only Jesus himself took on our sins and rose from the dead after the fact. And today is Resurrection Sunday. If you don't know, now you know. Bless the Lord, and I'm just grateful for all he does. I'm not Jesus, though. You're not going to hold me responsible and crucify me for somebody else's sins. Somebody already did that, and we should be grateful that he did. But nonetheless, emotional maturity, integrity. Does he lie, manipulate, or gaslight? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You ever talk to a guy and in the beginning he's telling you all of these things and, oh, you're so beautiful and I want to be with you and whatever have you. He might fuck up, he might do something, and then when you try to bring it up, he'll tell you, oh, he never did that. He doesn't take any accountability for any of his actions. He has no integrity. And these are important things because guess what? You're not just vetting him for yourself. In terms of your legacy, your lineage, I like to look at families as a tribe, right? And we need to question the foundations of our tribe. Who are we allowing into the tribe? If there's somebody who has no integrity, who has no emotional maturity, who isn't consistent, who lacks communication, they're going to be more of a detriment and a weakness in our tribe than an asset. They are a chink in the armor, because not only do you have to worry about other kingdoms and tribes and groups attacking your tribe, now you have to worry about this person who's in the tribe who wants to tear it apart from the inside out. You get what I'm saying? So we have to start looking at things very differently. And the last thing in terms of observing his actions over time is generosity and kindness. How does he treat service workers? How does he treat and speak about the homeless or the disenfranchised? How does he treat his family, his mother, strangers? And most importantly, how does he treat you? And how does he treat himself? Because again, you're not vetting him just for you. You're vetting him for your children's sake as well. There are a lot of women who have husbands or baby fathers or whatever have you, who those men are detrimental and abusive and hurtful to not only her, but to their children as well. And if we are going to change the way that we raise children, if we're going to raise the vibration and change the outcome of our seed, because the whole point of procreation is to further your genetics and to ensure the survival of the species. And you cannot do that with a motherfucker who has not been vetted, because he, whether consciously or subconsciously, is going to try his hardest and do whatever he can in his power, not only to destroy you, but to destroy your seed. And now I'm not painting all men as this, nor am I saying it's only them, because there's some women out here as well who these bitches need to be vetted as well. A lot of these women, I'm all for the children. I'm a child advocate because I know what it feels like to be a child not advocated for. I am a child advocate. I'm like the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the kids. And I just know that if we are going to raise not children, but future leaders, if we're going to raise the next generation, we have to grow the fuck up for ourselves. Children don't stay children forever. They turn into grown-ups. Matter of fact, they turn into grown-ups quite faster than you'd actually think. By the time they hit 16, 17, their mind is already far beyond, oh, mommy and daddy and playing catch and playing with dolls. They're beyond that. They're looking towards their adulthood. And by that time, as they hit 18, they're an adult. Well, by the law. but you get the point. So vetting. Vetting is important. So that's category number 1. Observing his actions over time. Part 2. Ask key questions early on. Instead of interrogating him, ask him in conversation. And something I learned from Pastor Kingsley and his wife, especially from his wife, she was saying that I had went to like a singles week for my mom's church a couple of years ago. And this is one thing that she said that was very profound. Men and women, we are equal, but we are opposites. And a lot of the times as women, we want to address them in ways that naturally trigger their combat response. We address them, and with our body language and the way that we talk, that causes them to get defensive. When you approach a man head on, his natural instinct is to approach you head on. You're going to butt heads while doing that. So what she told us was, and this is something that I definitely will employ, when I'm actually in a situation, but not a situation, in a loving, actual healing relationship. But okay, sit beside him when you're talking to him. Don't stand in front of him or stand over him. Sit down beside him. That way, you're not coming at him from the front. You're coming at him from the side. And that way, he's not going to be on defense, like she's in my face, I got to get her out. But you're coming from the side, okay, she's coming to talk. So you sit beside him. You have conversation. Don't attack him. Don't use accusatory language. What you do is, babe, I appreciate you. I love you. And I'm talking about if you're actually in the relationship and you've already done vetting and you just want to talk to him about whatever. But let's say that you're on a date, right? You know me. Don't drink anything. Don't smoke anything. Don't do anything nefarious on the first date. Drinking lowers our inhibitions. Smoking, it lowers our inhibitions. So it's Friday night. You're feeling sexy. You guys are drinking on the first date. The red flags are pink. The red flags are being painted pink at this point. That's a recipe for disaster. Because then we're not actually there to vet. We've already created an emotional attachment and we're damn near ready to have sex with this guy off rip. So be sober-minded and be vigilant on these dates. What are you looking for in a relationship? Is he clear about his intentions? That's why you ask. Is he clear about his intentions? How do you handle conflict in relationships? And if you let them, they'll actually tell you so much more than you think they would. They'll tell you how they handled something with a past ex. They'll tell you what they do. Like the guy the other day, even maybe like a couple of days before he had blocked me, we were on someone else's panel and he was saying like, if somebody does something I don't do, I just cut them off and I block them. I'm not even. So that was him already expressing the fact that that's something he does. So I'm not surprised, nor am I hurt. I just feel disrespected. But people are always going to try it. What can you do? How do you turn, or let me say, who do you turn to for advice or guidance? And this shows that he has, or if he has, wise counsel. And again, going back to how he handles conflict, it shows his emotional maturity. All of these things you have to pay attention to. So I want you to know, it's okay to ask him questions. And let me give you this gem. If he ever asks you what you're looking for in a man, don't answer the question. Don't tell him anything. Whenever I get asked that, because initially they ask you that question to see how stupid you are. If you're going to tell him exactly who to be so he can pretend to be that. And then when he gets what he wants, he can just be who he already was, which is I'm trying not to cuss, which is just not a good guy. Not a good guy. Don't tell him what you want. I learned that. And so what I started doing whenever I would go on dates, I don't date anymore, but whenever I would go on dates and they would ask, so what are you looking for in a guy? I would say, I'm not too sure, but when I see it, I'll know. Keep that motherfucker guessing. Don't tell him what you like. Don't tell him what you want, because the point of it is you're not there to tell him how to do what you want him to do. Of course, it's good to communicate, but don't give away all the sauce. Don't give away all the secrets. That way, he's actually able to prove to you that he is invested and he actually wants to do whatever he can to figure out how to gain your love, your trust, your access. Because all of those things are earned. They are not given. And I just wish I would have known some of these things when I was younger. I would have saved myself so much heartache, so much time wasted. But nonetheless, we live and we genuinely and surely do learn. So ask questions. Ask questions. And another thing, don't tell him about your ex. If he asks you about your exes, you tell him, my ex is in the past, or that's the past. I'm only focused on the future and whether or not you're going to be in it. That's it. Don't give them any indication or any tips and tricks and ideas as to how to hurt you. Don't give them the map. If this is like a game of, I don't know, let's say we're in a war, right? And you're in enemy territory, because dealing with men, you're in enemy territory. And then you say, hey, here's the map to the castle. This is where the king's throne is. This is where the guardsman keeps their weapons. Oh yeah, and there's this back door that you can come through as well, where nobody can see you. It's just like, why do we give other people the blueprint to destroy us? And then we wonder how they were able to do it. So it's not about you proving yourself to him. You're already worthy. You are the prize. He wants to gain access to you. So he is the one who needs to prove his worth. And then you're the one who chooses him. But okay. Now let's talk about lifestyle and values. What does a typical week look like for you? These are questions to ask him, right? So the first couple of questions I just listed, it were in terms of his character and intention. And I'm going to slow down and honor myself and slow down and really talk. When I get excited, I tend to there's so many words wanting to come out of my mouth. And that's something that I need to be cognizant of and just give myself the space and time to actually say each thing. So my apologies. So the questions that I just asked about what he's looking for in a relationship and how he handles conflict, who he turns to for advice, that was in terms of his character and his intention. Now, these questions to ask are in terms of his lifestyle and his values. What does a typical work week look like for you? That way, it gives you insight into how he spends his time. How do you handle finances and saving money? This way, you avoid and get to learn some of his financial red or green flags. What role does God, faith, spirituality, or personal growth play in your life? And this is to see if your values align. If I'm a Christian and I don't go to parties, I don't go to the club, I don't do those things. Events, gatherings, things of that nature, yes, but like wild parties, the club scene, that's just not me. And then he says, oh yeah, well, I'm not a Christian, and every Friday and Saturday I go out with my boys, we go to the strip club and we party, and whatever have you. If I say, I pray every day, and he says, oh, well, I don't do that, that's stupid. That's a clear indication, I don't give a fuck how good he looks, that our values don't align. And that's one thing I did not do with the pimp. obviously is a fucking pimp. I mean, our values did not align. Therefore, I know that that person would not have been good for me. Not to mention the way that I was treated by this person and allowed it to happen. That's something I had to go in and question. Why did you feel like you had to tolerate being disrespected or being not valued or whatever? Because it doesn't matter what a man says to you, his actions indicate how he truly feels about you. A man could tell you he loves you to the moon and back, but if his actions are he puts his hands on you, he curses you out, he insults you and he disrespects you, he cheats on you, he lies to you, he talks to other women, then whatever he said doesn't matter. And if you take anything out of this, don't listen to what they say. Really and truly observe what they do. And be aware that what they do has nothing to do with you. It's how they learn themselves to deal with women. One of the reasons why I'm not so hurt or bothered or offended at the fact that he, quote unquote, blocked me is because that has nothing to do with me. I genuinely did nothing. And I even spoke with my friends and they were like, yeah, he's crazy. Like, you genuinely, that makes no sense. Even friends that don't even know who he is. Yeah, he's crazy. So I know I didn't do anything wrong. And I know that I don't deserve to be treated that way. I've given beyond enough grace. So let the trash take itself out. Don't think that what's wrong with me and what did I do and why does he treat me this way? That's how they learned to love others and to love themselves. That's how they learn to treat women. So when a man treats you a particular way, yes, we might allow it and we need to figure out why and put in the work in terms of healing so that we won't tolerate that kind of disrespect. But don't take it personally. The way he treats me is the way that he's going to treat any other woman, because how men treat us is how we allow ourselves to be treated. And if we don't tolerate their bullshit from the gate, either they're going to sharpen up real quick and get with the program, or they're just going to go to another woman and treat her that same way. So it's not personal. It doesn't have anything to do with you and who you are. It's about them, their character, and who they actually learned how to be. Now, one of the last categories, I would say, is his past and future outlook. Ask him, what did he learn from his last relationship? His answer should show growth and not just blame. Some men, you ask them why him and his ex broke up, or any of his exes, and he'll tell you, oh, they're crazy. You know, my ex-girlfriends, they were just bitter and they were jealous and they were the problem. I'm not the problem. When you hear someone lack accountability like that and blame everything on the other person, 99.99999, damn near 100% of the time, they were the problem. They were the problem. When people ask me about my exes and, you know, why I'm single or whatever have you, I tell them I had to take a look at myself. I had a come to Jesus moment a couple of years ago. I was in the shower and then I said, oh yeah, Alyssa, you know, look at all of these shitty or toxic relationships you've been in. You are the common denominator out of all of these things, out of all of these relationships. So it couldn't just be them. I am the common denominator. So we have to put our pride to the side and take some accountability and responsibility, and then follow that up with action. Because accountability with no action is no accountability at all. So if he blames all of his exes and, you know, it's all their fault, red flag. Do not paint the red flags pink, green, purple, yellow, orange. They're red. They're crimson. Stop. Right? At the red light, you stop. You stop. Yield, at least. Stop. And send him on his merry way. What's your 5-year plan? Ask him. What's your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself? based off of his answer, it will give you a good indication of where he's going and where he sees himself. And then you question yourself now, does my vision align with his? If I say in 5 years, I want to buy a house in, let's say, London, and he says in 5 years, he wants to live in an apartment in Brazil, our visions do not align. See, sometimes what we do as women is we compromise and we try to bend and bop and twist and force alignment. Okay, well, he said he's going to be doing this in 5 years. Well, maybe instead of London, well, I can move to Brazil as well. And no, you want what you want. I'm sorry. Like, you want what you want. He wants what he wants. People in this life, we're simply crossing paths with people. We are all on a journey to a particular destination. And this is one thing I thank God for so much. And I was thanking him this morning that he puts such profound lessons in even some of the most insignificant concepts. When I'm driving on the road, and this is the concept I mean, I'm driving, right? And someone is behind me, or they're behind me, and they'll go over into the other lane and speed up and then pass me. And then sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'll speed up too, or I'll exit off of the highway, or I'll whatever have you. And this is something that I realized recently, maybe within like the last month. And I was just so grateful to God that he was able to show me something so profound in something so insignificant. We drive everywhere, every day. We're always driving. But this is the lesson he taught me in that we're all headed to a destination. Some people, they're going to pass you by. Some people, they're going to be driving faster than you. And, you know, they're going to get to their destination. Some people, you look in the rearview mirror, they're behind you. They're 5 cars back. They're slower than you. Everybody in their car is headed to a particular destination. And just because somebody is driving faster than you does not mean that they're going to get to their destination first. Because you driving 100 miles per hour, 100 miles away, you're not going to get to your destination faster than me, who's driving 20 miles an hour, and I just turn off to the exit and I'm where I need to go in 5 minutes. So speed does not determine whether or not somebody's going to get to their destination before you. There are sometimes accidents in life, just like there's accidents on the road. Sometimes there's mishaps. Sometimes you got to reroute. Sometimes you got to miss your exit. And this is on the road, and this is in life, on the road of life. However, the key concept he wanted me to take away is that everybody is going to get to their destination some way, somehow. Everybody's on their destination or on their journey to their destination. So when you meet a man and he's in his car, figuratively speaking, his vessel, right? And he's on his way to where he's going. You don't have to worry about what speed or the lack thereof that he's going. You don't have to worry about where it is he's going. You don't have to worry about what he's going to do when he gets there. You're in your vessel. You're on your road. And one of the key things, my mom always says this, and I know you hear this a lot, stay in your lane. Stop looking back and to the side and to the side. Keep your eyes in front of you. Focus on what's in front of you. You're in your own lane, going at your own speed. You will get to your destination. That's on the road in life, and that's on the road of life in general. This is just life. So I want you to know that if your vision doesn't align, don't try to force them to. Just say, okay, this is nice. And, you keep it pushing. But one thing we have to learn is to stop getting attached to people when we first meet them. People come and go. Nobody's going to be here forever. I want you guys to know that. And when we attach ourselves to people, as soon as we meet them, it sets us up for heartbreak and failure. Honor yourself. Don't give away too much of yourself to people. Be reserved sometimes. Don't pour too much in. Let people prove themselves to you that they deserve to be in your life. And the last question in terms of his past and future outlook would be, how do you define love and commitment? And does it align with what you want? If he says that he wants to have children and spend time with his family and go on family vacations every summer, and that's something that you align with, great. And I want to point out here, just because you align in one area doesn't mean that you still have to get attached to him and fall in love. Because, okay, he wants to have family vacation every summer and you align with that. But then in terms of how he deals with conflict, he, shuts down, he stonewalls, he abandons, he does, and you don't align with that, then you have to, assess the risk and the reward. It's a risk-reward analysis. If you align with things and then you don't align with something that's more significant, think of that. Okay, we align in the terms of we both like to eat vegan pasta. That's alignment, and that's great. But if we don't align in the terms of how we communicate, the results of that disalignment outweighs the benefits of the alignment with the pasta. Does that make sense? Because, okay, you might like pasta with meat in it. I might like vegan pasta, and that's fine. That's not a life crisis issue. Versus how he deals with conflict. You don't like to yell. He loves to yell. And then in him yelling, he wants to hit you or curse you out. The results of that disalignment is more detrimental than the fact that you guys like different types of pasta. I would rather take major alignment and accept minor disalignment than accept minor alignment and accept major disalignment. If you like to listen to country, I like to listen to R&B, I can take that disalignment. We don't have to be the same person. If you like to watch tennis on Sundays and I like to watch soccer on Sundays, I can accept that disalignment. We're not going to be the same. The results of you liking a TV show and me liking a different one, that's not something that's going to destroy either of us or set up our future for failure. You get what I'm saying. But then we would, when we don't align on the bigger things in terms of finances, spirituality, God, how we communicate, our emotions, things of that nature that can actually mess up our lives, do not accept that. So take with alignment, please. And of course, this is something that you should go pray on, think on, meditate on, journal, write out what you want in terms of alignment. And hey, I'll even give you this challenge. What are some minor things? Forgive me. What are some minor things, minor disalignments that you would allow versus major alignments? It's so hard to put it, but you get what I'm saying. What are things that you want to align with? What are things you don't minding not being aligned with? What are some things you won't accept? What are some things you will accept? Something like that. But run it back, because sometimes when I'm flowing from the survival scrolls, it's hard for me to play it back and say it again. But just skip back 15, 20 seconds and you get what I'm saying. Okay? Now, red flags, girls. This is part 3. So part 1 was actually observing his actions over time. Part 2 was key questions to ask early on. Now part 3, we're talking about the red and green flags. Red flags would, they're just that. Red flags are warnings. When we see the red light, we stop. When we see the red flag, we know that we know that there's something ahead. When we see red, it is caution for us. Red flags would be inconsistency, poor emotional regulation, avoidance of serious conversation, bad mouthing his exes, no real plans for you or the future. He has secrecy, he's manipulative, he's abusive, narcissistic. I mean, the list goes on. The list literally goes on in terms of red flags. One of the biggest red flags I think a lot of us as women we disregard is whether or not we feel safe with this person. And when I say safe, I don't mean comfortable. I mean genuinely safe. Because a lot of us, we consider comfort to be safety. And that's not always true. Because if you grew up in dysfunction and narcissism and toxicity and abuse, when you get into an adult relationship that contains all of that, it's going to feel comfortable, but does it feel safe? No, it does not. So don't let anybody gaslight you into not trusting yourself, not trusting your emotions and your feelings. Of course, within reason. Don't be like chaotic and just don't be delusional. But if you feel something, that gut feeling, that anxiety, or that what's that word? Your intuition. Trust that. If he does not make you feel safe, genuinely, and I don't mean comfortable, but physically, emotionally safe, he is not for you. That is your red flag. Now, green flags, on the other hand, green means go. Accountability, self-awareness, respect for your boundaries, respect for you, respect for himself and others, long-term friendships. He shows up for you without being asked to. He pours into you. He encourages you. He uplifts you. All of these things are green flags. And one thing I recommend is to go into ChatGPT and ask it, hey, what are red flags? What are some red flags and what are some green flags in a man? Because a lot of us believe that we're not worthy of green flags. And based off of some of the hurtful experiences that we've had, especially with men, we believe that it's impossible for a man to actually love us in a healthy way. I know, because I struggle sometimes with that thought as well. I don't trust men, and I have a good reason to. However, that doesn't mean that I'm unlovable, and it doesn't mean that I'm unworthy. It doesn't mean that I'm never going to have my own person who genuinely loves me. You know, as an online host, people will say to me sometimes, you're going to be single, and that's why no man wants you, and la, 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 la. And I tell them, may those curses fall upon every seed in your generation. Because what you're not about to do is try to curse me with your lips. But where I'm at right now, I'm okay being single, because I would rather be single than be in a relationship with a man who harms me emotionally and spiritually and physically, especially. I would rather just be in a relationship with God than to entertain a mortal that does not know how to genuinely love me. I'm only open to genuine love at this point in my life. And yeah, I might talk to someone or have conversation with them, but I'm even cutting that out too. Like, I don't even want to talk. Not only am I not going on dates, I'm not having sex, I don't even want to have conversation anymore. Because in this place in my life, I'm only accepting genuine love. I'm only accepting opportunity and growth. I'm only accepting good things. So if he can't add that into my life, then he doesn't need to be here. And I want to point out here that I'm not sure why it is, but I am just so hypervigilant right now. And hypervigilance is like an aspect of anxiety. I'm not anxious, but I'm hypervigilant. Like, that's when things kind of, you have to do a double take, or, you know, it looks like it has a lot to do with your senses, hypervigilance. And I just wanted to point that out. And when I'm finished with this episode, I'm going to take some time to really breathe and genuinely check in with myself. And this is a part of the journey. Like, I'm not here to lie to you and say that it's all easy and it's perfect and that we're robots and we're just going to get it. I may not have it all quite figured out, but I don't think it really matters. God wants it that way. He doesn't want us to know everything at any particular point in time, because where do you learn to trust him in all of it? And those lyrics, I may not have it all quite figured out, is I think the first verse or so, one of the first verses in one of my favorite songs by Chandler Moore is called Lead Me On. Definitely go check it out as well, and I will put that in the description so you guys can take a listen, because it's a really good song. But nonetheless, we are worthy of love. We are worthy of being treated with dignity and respect. And I want you to know that you genuinely do not have to settle for anything less than that. But the last thing I want to say before we go is to pace yourself and keep some perspective. Don't project your desires onto him. Don't pretend to not see the signs. Don't try to make him be anything that he's not. See him for who he truly is, objectively. And mind you, all of these things are being done before you get emotionally attached. And I think maybe in the next episode, I'm going to do one on how to emotionally detach from someone, because that's effing important. But okay, don't project your desires on him. See him for who he truly is. And when I say that, what do I mean? Oftentimes, we allow them to do whatever they want, and we overlook the screaming red flags, and we almost try to paint over them with the pink, because for some reason we just want to make it work. So what we oftentimes end up doing is that we have a version of him in our head that we're in love with, and then we tolerate the version of him who he actually is in reality, because that version of him in your mind helps you to pacify yourself. That is so unhealthy. And I have done it before. But be aware. Be aware of how you feel when you interact with him genuinely, how he treats you. The version of the guy that I had in my mind, granted, I looked at him sideways a lot, so I didn't have like a fairy tale version of him. But my excuse was, I saw his heart. I saw him for who he really was. I saw beyond the facade. No, bitch, you saw what you wanted to see. I saw what I wanted to see. And I'm grateful that I have enough awareness and self-control and emotional regulation to yep, the trash take itself out. I know who I am. And you'll you know what I'm saying? It just, we have to see these people for who they are, not who we want them to be. Stay emotionally grounded. See, it's coming together, by maintaining your own life, friendship, and interests. Stop throwing yourself away for the sake of a man. When he comes in and you put on the blinders and the only thing that you can see is him, girl, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I'm not judging you, because I literally, all of these things I used to do. I used to be this person. Some way I made it out, thank God. But I used to do all of these things. So don't throw away yourself, your projects, your interests, the things that you like and you love, just for the false fulfillment of a man. Because your friends, your own life, the things that you like, the things that you do, that's genuine fulfillment. So don't engage in those things just because you're single. Engage in them and do them and be around them because you genuinely deserve the fulfillment and you're enjoying it. We have to get real with ourselves and be truly honest. If any of this is going to work, we have to be honest with ourselves. So stay grounded. Maintain your own life, your friendships, and your interests. Breathe. Take deep breaths. Go on walks. Do things for yourself, not for a man or not for the sake of a man, but genuinely because you love to do them, because you deserve it. And please feel free to go check out the episodes on anxious attachment, childhood trauma. This will help you to understand why you deserve to have fulfillment. It's not just because, oh, I just want it, but your inner child. You are a human being. You deserve to be fulfilled like anybody else. So don't rob yourself of that fulfillment just for the temporary satisfaction of a man. Love yourself. And the last one is be willing to walk away from something that does not feel right to you. Be willing to walk away. See, the reason why a lot of them disrespect us is because we're not willing to walk away. And you're not willing to walk away because you're attached. And that's all right. It's no judgment. It's okay to not have known better. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to not know what to do. It's okay. But when you feel hurting inside and disrespected and dysregulated, and you see the results of this person's presence in your life, be willing to walk away for the simple fact that you don't have to put up with that shit. You don't have to tolerate it. You don't have to pretend you want it. You don't deserve it. And I'm speaking to myself here and any of my sisters who are struggling. I want you to know you don't deserve that. So walk away. You don't even have to wait for them to walk away from you. I should have taken my own advice, but here we are. I will never wait for a man to leave me again. Because before they leave, you can already tell what's happening. If you're really aware, you can already see the buildup of moments and dynamics and experiences and encounters before they actually do the entire narcissistic discard, right? So never be afraid to walk away from someone or something that does not benefit you. Your benefit, your wellness, your peace, your happiness, your abundance, and your joy, your blessing, you matter the most. Fuck everything else. If you're not getting anything out of it, you walk away. If this person is causing more harm than good in your life, you walk the fuck away. You treat them like parasites or symbiotes. A parasite is only here to attach to you and take away from you. A symbiote, you and that symbiote, you give and take equally. We only honor symbiotic relationships, never parasitic. So if that person is a parasite, you sprinkle some salt on that bitch and you keep it pushing. But with that said, hopefully my loves, my dearest lovelies, I think I'm going to start calling you guys that, my dearest lovelies, vet that man. You deserve so much better than what you are allowing yourself to accept. I'm speaking to myself as well. Alyssa, I deserve so much better than what I have allowed myself to accept and tolerate. So I want you to know that I'm speaking to myself. I'm not even just judging you, but I know we can all benefit from a lesson like this. Access to you is earned. It is not given. So do not give access to yourself, especially to a man, when he has not been properly vetted. And if you want, well, honestly, I don't feel like typing all of this out, but you can always replay back the episode and take notes while you're listening. And yeah, whenever I do get a chance to actually write it out and like type it out and make like a document, I will gladly give it to you guys. I will put it on the storefront where the book is, and some of the items will be for sale. Some of the items will be for free. Like this is a free item, obviously, because, you know, why not? But yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Of course, check out some of those links that I'm going to put down in the description. And remember to leave reviews. Share this with a friend, a sister, a family member, somebody that you know that might benefit from learning how to vet men properly, and anything else that I've spoken about here on the Girl I Got You podcast. So with that being said, I hope you beautiful ladies enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that this week brings all of the beauty, blessings, and amazing things that it can for you, because you deserve it. So with that being said, thank you so much, lovely ladies. Make sure you tune into the next episode. Share this one and feel free to explore the others. But until then, thank you so much for all you guys do. And thank you for listening in and supporting me. I really and genuinely appreciate it. So know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, know that you are so favored. And if all else fails, girl, I got you.